everybody. I know it's a bit early to be talking about All Snakes Day or St. Patrick's Day, but I was so excited about our 2026 Luck and Fortune package. I wanted to jump on and talk about it anyway. So, as many of you know, St. Patrick's, the whole driving the snakes, off the island was sort of a metaphor for driving pagans and pagan priests and their practices off the island as they came through Christian colonization at that time. So, as pagans reclaim St. Patrick's Day, we have, named it All Snakes Day. So, just so that you understand, that's why there's these different names referencing the same date. It is still a day of luck, fortune, those high frequency vibes, money acquisition, success and luck, all of the good things. But, obviously we're paganizing it again. It is a pagan tradition. It's a Celtic pagan festival. You know, there's a lot I could go into here, but I'm not going to. So do your research. You can find out all kinds of interesting things about St. Patrick. Anyway, I wanted to talk about what you can do on your own in terms of celebrating this day and bringing in all that good fortune energy. So for me, I'll be doing a community group communal spell service here like I always do. You can find that on the website. But we use shamrocks in our sacred fire cast. We we take these little tiny 1/12 scale gold bars and we put them in these, they're called fizzing rocks that we paint gold. We actually dissolve those in water as part of the water ritual. Another very interesting take on doing spell work on St. Patrick's Day is called the Prosperity Path spell. I always trip over that with my words, but it basically involves a bowl of water, feathers, honey. It's a very interesting, cast for prosperity. I talk about it on my website. Feel free to go ahead and look that up. But that will be part of our communal service this year. And then sealing, your intent with gold, green candles rolled in cinnamon. That's a beautiful way to bring in that energy, that vibrational, kind of frequency for the good luck and good fortune that day. So, definitely things you can do on your own. You can join us here at Grave Intentions, be part of our communal service that will be doing all of that in. I'm actually using real snakes this year, garter snakes that have been preserved. So I'm very, very excited about that. That's the first time I'm actually doing that. Usually I have little fake snakes that I'm using on the altar. So very excited. Let me talk about let me talk about the 2026 Good Luck and Fortune package. I'm going to have to reference my cheat sheet though. So it does include, kind of the staples that we roll out when we do these packages. So it's, the divination aspect, the astrology aspect. We do the 12-month tarot outlook for work and money. We do the astrodiagnostic aspect of it. We're looking at your transits and progressions, and we're kind of pinpointing the ones that are going to affect money, that are going to affect your work life, and we're going to kind of walk you through what that looks like for the next, probably at least 90 days. I haven't put in there how far out we're going, but at least 90 days, probably longer. We look at your zodiacal releasing lot of spirit specifically. The lot of spirit in ZR astrology is, your work life. It is your resources, your money, things of that nature. So that's wonderful for timing, peak dates, peak periods for transition so that you can kind of plan accordingly. We do a flow composite. I love our flow composites. It's going to be your 2026 outlook when it comes to work and money. We're going to do a mini cardo for stock and crypto. So if you are an investor or considering investing, I can pull specific stock codes for you. If you already have your own, great. If not, we can pull those during the divination. We do a radionics cast, and it is a Saturnian cast. Kind of bringing in that favor of Saturn, especially this year with everything going on. We need Saturn's favor for luck, for money. Of course, Jupiter's in there too, but a lot of Saturn this year. We are going to customize a mandala for you, and again, we'll send that to you as a flow composite. That is something that you can work with, and even just carry with you in terms of, job acquisition, promotions, acquiring new clients, acquiring money, getting approved for loans, just having that luck and fortune on your side, especially if you're a gambler going to the casinos. What else are we doing here? Of course, in that package is also entry into our communal spell, our community service, which will be March 15th this year. And of course, if you don't want to do the whole package, you can do the community service as a standalone. We also are doing this fun thing this year with trained hunting money. So some of you that have been with me for a while, I take $2 bills, I go and buy them from the bank. You know, we dress them, we bless them to hunt money for you. You have to take that bill, you have to spend it, you have to get it out there circulating, you know, rubbing up against other money and pulling it back to you. But this year, what we're going to do with trained hunting money is we do have 4 products, and if you purchase any one or combinations of these 4 products, you will get a trained hunting money bill and there's no limit. So if you buy all 4, you're going to get 4 trained hunting money bills. But it's our Prosperity Money Gree, our Gambler's Trick, which is also a $2 bill, our Lottery Scratch Off Conjure Oil, that's kind of like a hand rub oil or a dressage oil, and our Money Breath Spell Drops. Those are consumption spell drops. They go right under your tongue, like 3 to 9 drops, depending on your situation. So that is another promo that is new this year. I'm trying to think of what else we were doing. I thought there was more I wanted to talk to you guys about, but maybe there isn't. Oh, I went on. Okay, the other things, I almost forgot. I put notes on the other side of this piece of paper. If you are doing your own practice on St. Patrick's Day, which is March 17th, bonfires are huge. You know, I typically would do a bonfire, but I live in a condo now, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do one this year. Wearing the colors green, black, or anything with serpents on it. Again, reclamation of the pagan roots of this holiday, this magical day for us, for good luck, for good fortune. There is a process you could do. It's called Drowning the Shamrock. It's a neat ritual. Again, I write about it on my website, so check it out. Irish soda bread. I love Irish soda bread. You know, not just making the bread and consuming it is an act of drawing good fortune to you, but you could load that up. Do some consumption spell work. You know, use rice paper ash, wafer paper, icing sheets. Load it up with your petitions, with your sigils, and then go ahead and consume that. Clovers, of course, you know, clovers have a higher frequency, a higher vibration that day. You know, put a bowl of those near your front door for good luck. And then, you know, our family tradition also includes eating corned beef and cabbage. There's really nothing magical about that except for, you know, the gathering, you know, aspect of sharing and exchanging energy and raising vibration. So anyway, that is what I wanted to talk about today. And then just a quick reminder, the Seahorse Poppet sale does end tonight at midnight. So if you want to get your hands on a Seahorse Poppet, do that within the next 10 hours or so. And we also did announce January's winner for our review promotion, and that was Vicky. Congratulations, Vicky. Going forward, anybody who leaves us a review in the month of February will be entered to win on March 1st. That gift card will be for $50. You can use it for anything in the shop. So if you love us, leave us a review. Other than that, you guys, stay magical and catch us later today. I am going to be doing another promo video. We are going to be making some crafts for Bridget's Day. I'm going to be talking about some rituals you can do tonight for Bridget. And we should be doing that within the next couple of hours. So I'll see you soon.